What's up, guys? Phoenix here. This video is going to be another DevPro duel video in ranked. Pretty much the only time I'm going to actually be wanting to play on DevPro for the foreseeable future is if I am playing in ranked. But I've actually wanted to play with Burning Abyss for quite some time, and the release of Beatrice has kind of made that possible again, and I'm just really wanting to do that. So that's basically what this video is going to be. I'm going to be playing with BA for a little bit because honestly it's one of my favorite decks. And it's definitely one of the decks that, in terms of when I competitively played it, I played it for the probably least amount of time, but ultimately I wish that I would have, been able to play it longer before Necros had been released, because the deck is honestly very adaptable, very fun, and the deck itself is very just powerful. Like, the cards themselves are all extremely strong. I'll use Cagnan to send a Traveler, because I already milled the Good and Evil. I just milled Tour Guide too. Yeah, that's kind of bad. So I can make a Beatrice here, and I can just go ahead and... Well, I can't actually use its effect to send, unfortunately, but I could do that during my opponent's turn, or I could just keep using it as a trap. I'll summon the Beatrice here. I've got the Cagna, so I might as well, right? If I didn't do this, then the other option is summon Rhino Warrior and all this other nonsense by summoning Rhino Warrior, especially in Cagna, but I've already used Cagna's effect, actually, so that's actually not something that's going to be happening. But Beatrice itself is really good here. Beatrice itself actually just gives a lot of new life to this deck in general, in fact, basically, because it just allows you to do all these sorts of different things. I'm going to see if Anti-Spell lets me ride the gravy train to victory. So I am playing against Draco-Pals. Good. So he's going to do that. And so now I've got Beatrice on board, which already functions as a trap. I've already got Solemn Strike face down. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I've got Strike face down. I've got this, which can send Farfa, which can send Alec, which can do all these things. Beatrice being essentially a way to turn your Dantes into traps is probably the most valuable thing that has ever been able to happen for the Burning Abyss deck itself. Do I want to let this go, or do I just want to go ahead and strike it? No, I'll let it go. The cards he can search with it don't matter, because, like, I have Anti-Spell up. If he summons Diamond Dire or anything like that, I can just deal with that through Beatrice on Farfa, a couple different things. I'll probably actually strike it, in all honesty, simply because if I strike it, that leaves me open to being able to Beatrice for Scarm in the end phase. And then that would be really good. I could add back Traveler, do all that nonsense. His Ignister. Okay. So I am going to strike this. And then if he does anything else, then if he sets one to his back row, I might actually have to Calcab. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, so in phase, yes. Activate this. Detach Dante. Send Scarm. Dante will trigger adding back Traveler. Or do I want to add back Traveler? Good and Evil is live. Nah, I'll add back Traveler. And then I get to activate Scarm's effect, and I'll search for Graph, since I've got this and I've got a live Good and Evil engrave. So yeah, we'll do Graph. So then that Graph can get Seer, I can make double Dante. All this cool nonsense. But first, I have to normal summon this, because this will prevent my stuff from killing itself, which is always good. Always good indeed. I can actually just make another Beatrice. I haven't actually read this card's actual detailed text on whether or not its effect is once per turn. All I just know is that you can't use its effect if you summon it by overlaying on top of a Dante. Once per turn to get the player's turn. Okay, so yeah, I can make multiple Beatrices and there would be no actual problem. So I can add a card to my hand here, which means I can actually just get Farfa and put it under a second Beatrice, which would be really good. Yes, indeed. So we'll get Farfa, because putting Farfa under Beatrice allows Beatrice to essentially function as two different traps, because you can then send Alec from your deck as well. But here I'm going to get Seer, and then Dante's will start floating, and also there's the Traveler that he has to worry about. Oh, I've got a spell and trap here. I can't specialist Farfa. Whoops! Oh well. That's what the Rhino Warrior is going to be for, then, essentially. But I can actually just discard it out of my hand to summon Beatrice, so it's actually not something that matters ultimately. But it is kind of shitty that I just added that instead of a Scarm, because Scarm could have gotten a search. Whoopsies. But it's fine, because this will still be under the next Beatrice that I summon. But 3. No. Yes, I'd love to use Seer. What else did I mill, is the question I have. But looks like I'm not going to get to see that. So, we'll get this Dante out. I know I milled a Terratop. Terratop is so strong in this deck. Oh, I milled the other Seer. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Great, great, great. What a masterful duelist I am. Always milling the cards I'm already milling. Well, overall, it seems fine. I could actually go ahead and use this Beatrice, since I've already got this functioning as 2 traps. I could use it for a Scarm and go ahead and get a search. But there's actually no reason to, because I can then just flood my field with Traveler. So, yeah, that will be the case of what we do here. Because Beatrice, like I've said plenty of times in this video already, it can function as a trap by sending Farfa from deck to grave or sending Alec. And I've already got Warning as well, so I'm actually going to leave the Dante that has the material on it up. And no, I'm not going to use Farfa. That's retarded. Almost as retarded as me actually adding it to my hand, basically. Because that was not the right play. But now if these die, I get Pilgrim Dante, and then this Traveler could just be for infinite. Whew. Very, very good for me, actually. Especially since I've got Anti-Spell up. I know he has Monkey Board, but I don't know what else he might have. Well, he lost connection, because apparently he just doesn't have an out to the Anti-Spell. But then again, if he had an out to the Anti-Spell, it would have been in the form of a Twin Twister that he would have either chained to it, or like an MST or something, he would have chained to it. Otherwise, he's an idiot, but even then he could have still set it. So, there are these options as well. But anyway, I will let that be it for this video. I'll probably do another duel video with Burning Abyss that will go out either today or tomorrow, because I really like this deck. I really love this deck. The fact that Beatrice turns Dante's, which was your resources, into trap cards is huge. And I've said that a few times in this video. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Let me know what you guys think about Burning Abyss in the comments down below, if you like it or hate it or whatever. But otherwise, check out the links in the description to my Facebook pages if you want to connect with me, chat with me, whatever. My Twitch alerts, link for donations, and my Twitch channel itself that I use for live streams. If you want to follow that, get notified whenever I go on live streaming. That would be something that you would probably like to do if you want to be in the now and know how and get alerted when that happens. But otherwise, that is it for this video, and as always, guys, take care.